Dang, I look a mess. I ain't pick my hair, I ain't do a damn thing. But you gotta love me. The day in the life. What's up? Whoever else watching this, I just had to do my little journey thing right quick. But I'm about to drive, obviously, but I just want to get a quick in. Peace, love, and blessings, everybody. You stay tuned to new videos and new updates. All right, everybody. Take it easy. Until next time. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I said twice, whatever. Urban Skills checking in, David DeAndre. All right, for the updates, previews. It's a very, very nice day today. Like, it is just gorgeous. Like, let me show you guys real quick. 360 slow turn. Uh oh. It is a nice brisk day in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's about 62, 63 degrees, whatnot. But the update, basically, I just been working. I love my job. My job is cool. They just some cool people. You know what I mean? There's some money is pretty good. So I like it. Just laid back, just relax. It beats New York. I still got to call the Better Business Bureau, but I already made a complaint a while back via email about the labor laws, about how they did me with no breaks, and it was clocking me off the clock while I was still working. Like, no. But long story short, glad to see you guys. I'm glad everyone that is watching this video is doing good for themselves and never giving up hope, never reaching your absolute limit to the point that you just want to just quit forever. Because I mean, we all been through it all. Trust me, we all been to a stage of our lives where we just want to quit. We want to knock a MF out. You know what I mean? We just want to cry on somebody's shoulder and we ain't got nobody to cry on. We just need somebody real just to listen to us just that one time, two times, even forever. That one real friend, that second real friend, third, fourth, unlimited. But that's basically what I'm going to get at in a few minutes is when we all feel like we're going to break off to a certain part of our life that is just not equal to an amount of what we should be in society, that's when we start to stray away from our potential, because our potential is when we're at our maximum greatness. That's when we start to stray away from our goals. Sometimes even people, depending on how we feel. I've been there before, and just always try to make the best of it. And like I say it plenty of times, and I'm not saying this to shove religion down your throat, God has changed my life. God is so real. God Almighty, it gave me a second chance in life. You know what I mean? I should be dead, you know what I mean, from some of the stupid shit I've been doing, in the past. I wasn't saying I was like some thug or something like that, but just like people you hang around or stuff that you do, it always comes back in some type of karma, whether you think it's good or bad, because everything that is done on earth is always recorded in the book of life. And it's not, if it's not just in the book of life, it's also just in the vibe too, the air, the vibe basically. So always remember, what you do, positive or negative, it's always going to be in the air. It's always going to be circulating, and it'll come back to you in due time. I had both good, great, fabulous, magnificent, just magnitudes of perfect karma that I was sent from above, and to this day I think it's angels. And I'm just very spiritual, very spiritual. I'll be 24 July 29th, 2016. I'm alive to see another year, and that's beautiful. Where I come from, I know a lot of guys that's locked up and some is dead. And you probably heard, to live to be 25 or past 25 is a blessing, because that is a blessing, man. At one time, I just felt so just against the world, you know what I mean? Me against the world, like Tupac. And it's like, it just goes back to what I said. It's like, once you stop fighting the grain and you do the right thing that's right in your heart. Because I told a couple people this off Instagram and Facebook mainly, and I was having a conversation. People that want to get closer to God and want to get to know God, is, yes, it's fine if you do go to church, but one thing, I'm gonna drop something on you that nobody has ever dropped on me. And what I'm gonna say is, as long as you do good in your heart and you know that you're doing good in your heart, God sees that and feels that. You don't need to go to church to feel like you have to be represented by God. You don't need to put money in a tithe to feel like you're represented by God, because you got criminals that put money in the collection plate and don't honor God at all. But because they put money in the collection plate, they think they did good by it. No, that has nothing to do with it. You didn't even touch the surface of what being good or being a positive person in this world means. That's just a facade, basically. Such as some of these preachers, that want to preach. And I'm not saying all, but some that want to, buy expensive Mercedes-Benz, Beamers, and they're not really just being elegant with the grace of God. They're not really preaching what He really wants us to hear. They just go bits and pieces. So always be aware of everything, and always remember that as long as you keep yourself just pure, give yourself a mental shampoo, and you always just real with yourself and real with everybody else, and positive with everybody else and positive with yourself, that's as close to God as you can get. And once you actually officially get saved, you just live a life as just as beautiful as can till you RIP, till you rest in peace. And that's just beautiful in itself. I can't stress that enough on everybody. Hope I'm still looking at the camera. I'm looking at the, iPhone. I love this iPhone camera. This camera is nice. iPhone 6s. I was so blessed to buy it. It cost me a little bundle, but my other phone fell into the jacuzzi at the National Fitness. So yeah, it was an iPhone 4 and iPhone 6s. So you could tell the big difference. But what I'm gonna say right now is I'm gonna pause the video, because I'm gonna record what I wanted to say, but I just wanted to make sure everybody heard that real quick, because God Almighty is so real, man. Women, I'm telling you guys, kings, queens, so real. I'm gonna make a video titled Kings and Queens as well. It's gonna be beautiful. Peace, love, and blessings always. Alright guys, check it out. The video, basically, long story short, I've been working on a few things, just giving myself more of a mental shampoo, as I was saying previously, and just enjoying life, man. I'm 23 years young. I'm youthful. I'm a little tired, because my work schedule, got me in late, but it's cool. I feel good from the inside, and it just shows from the outside. But what I was gonna say is I want to start an organization for the youth, and it's gonna cater not just for troubled kids. I want to start the organization for positive kids as well. I want to run something like a big brother, like a big sister program. We'll have softball, football, baseball, basketball, inside clubs, and I'm gonna give more information about clubs and activities and after school programs and etc. and more in more detail later on. I'm still in the thinking process, and I got a name already for it, but I'm not gonna say anything about the name because I wanna copyright the name first. But music, I'm gonna get back to that real quick, because I was talking about music last night with my friend G. The thing with music is, when people realize that music is a source of income, which it is, that's when you lose the art and the respect for music. And the reason why I say that is because I love music. I do music. I haven't done it lately. I noticed that when I did music, it was only because I was in pain. And I hate to say this, but I said it multiple times to several people, and they agree. When I'm in pain, I mean that real pain, deep pain, whether I'm depressed or I'm just really I just don't give a, like, I'm just wandering, stranded, in thoughts. I make like the best music, I feel like, because when it really comes from the soul, from the heart, from the feeling, that literally is the best type of music. It can't get no realer than that. And I was like, that's why people love Tupac so much, because every time he made music, he poured his soul into the tracks. And that's what I did. And I was like, when I make music now, I'm not saying I can't make dope stuff, but you always get that realness when you're in pain versus when you're not in pain. But I was like, I can make that feel good music. But the real reason why I stopped making music, I felt clouded. It had nothing to do with the money. Well, a little bit, but I just felt clouded. And I was just like, I want to take a break. I took, so far, it's almost April. It's March, the 26th, I think. I'm not really too sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, I just needed a break. I haven't really done music, like wrote tracks, maybe December last year, 2015. I think think so. Maybe I jotted down a couple things in January, but legit, I haven't really done anything since last year, and just gave myself a break. And I was telling my pops, I was like, it's just so strange how all these producers, this, that, and the third, and other artists want to work with me, and started coming in 2015 and 2016. It's like, I don't really want to do music anymore because I feel like I matured and moved to another stage of my life to glorify God's name and to make sure that everybody that sees me knows that this is not an act. This is who I am. And I don't believe in role models because a role model is a person that plays a role. I believe in real life models because nothing can go wrong with that person. Because every time you see a person that you think is a role model and he does something bad or she does something bad, you guys be like, wow, I assume so-and-so was always going to be this way. But it's like, we still bleed, we still piss, we still sleep, we still want to F around, meaning with girls or guys, whoever you are. And you can't get mad at somebody being human. We all make mistakes. If somebody tell you that they perfect or they got this, that, and the third, they lying to you and they bullshit straight up. I don't want to hear that. But I still got some unhidden tracks to record. Once I get my iPhone 4 fixed at the cell phone place off Kensal Road, something like that, I got to check more into it. It probably cost me $100. I need a new battery. The back of the phone fell off, and a few other things with it. I'm gonna start recording. I gotta get a laptop. I gotta get that situated. But I mean, as you can see, I just got this car, in January. That was a blessing. Worked my behind off. And Applebee's, the one that was ripping me off, clocking me off the clock, and not giving me no breaks after 6-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts. Yeah, 0 breaks. Got this car, this phone I'm recording on, got that. Bought the Polo with it. I mean, I say to quite a few. I like this little Polo. Y'all like this Polo? Ladies, what y'all think? Y'all like this? I know the fellas gonna rock this too. You know what I'm saying? I love you too, Mom. That's my queen right there. I love you too, Pops. I got nothing but love for you guys. I ain't mad at you at all. I just want to say that. But no, I love my family, man. My real family. I got family that just because we blood don't make us related. I'm looking at the camera, right? Oh, I look that way. Like I said, just because we blood don't make us related. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where people get that from. Blood is thicker than water, but sometimes the water can be thicker than blood, meaning that the water is like ice. You know what I'm saying? The blood is all diluted. I mean, a lot of people came across the years, friends that I've been having for about 6+ years now. They're more in my blood than some of my family members that I don't even contact, or if we contact, we don't even speak to each other. And I just want to let people know that family is not blood. Family can be anybody that supports you, that holds you down, that looks out for you for your best interests, that loves you for you 100% even at your worst, that's always bringing you nothing but happiness and smiles and just showing you nothing but encouragement. Jewels, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, jades for an end of time. That's wisdom right there, because when you drop knowledge has to mature over time with meaning. And after a certain amount of time and so much thinking and meaning into that word or that certain phrase or certain jewel that was dropped on you, that then turns into wisdom. And then after wisdom, it just turns into an everlasting jewel. And everlasting jewels can be dug up for centuries and generations after generations. Hence, when your grandmother, your grandfather drops some information on you, jewels, it still makes a lot of sense, and it's everlasting because it's generations. It's everlasting jewels. I always remember that. Peep the game. And I was accountable to that. I just want to say that too. R.I.P. Tupac, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm in the car right now. It's a little beautiful day, off work. I'm gonna work out later with my pops. We're gonna go to National Fitness and get my little swole on, you know what I'm saying? But just peace, love, and blessings to all my kings. I always remember that we all go through hell, but it's what we do in that time frame to how we can succeed and get out of hell. And always remember, anybody that needs a real friend, never be afraid to admit to that person that you feel weak, because a real man or a real woman can admit their flaws, and when they admit their flaws, they can work on their flaws, for their potential is always everlasting. Nobody's potential is never weak. You just choose to make it weak. And sometimes we do need a push. We do need some help. There's nothing wrong with that. And people need to get that out of their mind, for they're too afraid to ask for help that's in their 20s, such as me, 23-year-olds. Oh, I don't want to ask it. No. Everybody needs help. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing but a G thing, for real. Because if you got to thug it out, you got to thug it out. But if it's called for help, you can help. Ain't no reason to keep thugging it out all the time. For what? That's what we here for. And that's why one thing I like about down south. But man, it's just good people in general. I met lots of great people in New York. Some people that paid for my stuff. And I was just like, wow. I'll never get this lady that did that, because I said... I never forget when I was in line, like no lie, I was in line, and I guess she didn't know I was from down south, you know, Southern hospitality, and there was maybe like 3 things in her bag, 4 things. I don't really remember, and I had like a boatload, and she was just standing there, and I was like, "You want to go through?" And she's like, "Oh no," and I was like, "You can. It don't matter to me. Now, that's just how we are down south. You know, I'm a Southern charmer. That's my name. I gave that something my name. Give myself that name. Excuse me." And no, I didn't have a boatload. That was the next time I went, but that was another. This one I had some iced tea and 2 iced teas, and it was a gummy energy bar. It was like some fruit type of thing. It came out to $15, um, or no, $12, $12 with tax, and she paid for it. And it was funny. The cashier reined it up, and I was just like, "How much I owe you?" She's like, "That lady paid for you." And then she just smiled. And I was like, "Thank you." And she smiled and waved back at me again. It feels good when you help people out. I mean, I got other stories where I can tell you that I help people out, they help me out, but there's no really reason to go more into detail about other stuff that you've done for people or help other people, because what you do in the light. You shouldn't have to do it for recognition. I mean, it is nice to know, but it feels better when nobody really knows, because you and God have that special relationship, and that person does too. And when you really realize what you have done for that person and for yourself, because you always enhance yourself as a person, you build more of yourself. You feel good about yourself. Your heart is rebuilt. You're a beautiful person inside and out. Never forget that. I can tell people I came from the most dirtiest like income. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I'm some hood baby. You know what I'm saying? But I've been around the hood. From the hood. You know what I'm saying? Just because you grow up poor don't make you ignorant. Just because you grow up in a gangbang area don't mean you have to be, you know, like an asshole, whatever the situation be. So I feel like I'm kind of a testimony for some people that I know, and including myself, that you can be anything that you want in this world. You can do anything you want in this world. Forget sky's the limit. There is no skies to the limits. It's galaxies and quasars. It's everlasting. It's galaxy to the limit. They know no skies to the limits. Everything is free for all. You know what I mean? Always make sure your team is strong, loyal. There's no circles, there's no squares, there's none of that. We don't have shapes. You know what I mean? Whoever in your squad, make sure they represent you to the fullest. One love, peace, love, and blessings, man. Peace.